Okay, as quickly as I can do this, I'm going to try to do this. The battery's low on this camera. Hopefully you can hear me. Just a real quick, I'm still loving the Bulldog. It rocks. We're working on a Mini 15. I'm going to show you how to get rid of, this works 95% of the time, get rid of sticky locks on your Emerson knife. Okay, here's what you need. That's all you need. Okay, now you're going to mark the end, the face end of your lock. And to be honest with you, you're going to want to, for best results, so you don't have to keep taking your knife apart, which, by the way, you take your knife apart, and a lot of times that's how you develop a sticky lock. But if yours came from the factory with one, which it shouldn't have, take it apart, mark that, okay? Mark the end, let it dry, and then take your blade, and you can see I've already done this, but where the lock is going to touch, that whole area, mark it. Now, sometimes it's best to mark it, let it dry, mark it again, let it dry. You know, you really want this stuff to sit on there. Okay, reassemble your knife. Before I do that, I'll be right back. I gotta get a Q-tip. Gotta get some oil. Now, another way to prevent sticky lock is on those surfaces you marked, you cannot let oil get there, because oil does not fix a sticky lock. It actually makes it worse. But I want to get some oil real quick and just go around my pivot. Okay, and then clean off my standoffs, mostly because I just made a new set of scales for this 15, which I'll have a video on, and I just want to get the dust cleaned off. But okay, so that's all said and done. Okay, get this Q-tip, set it off to the side. Assemble this back. And while I'm doing this, I'll just go ahead and tell you that, hold on here. There we go. The new scales I made have a liner on them. And so that's the first time I've ever worked with a knife liner. Okay, so you took your knife apart, you did all this to it. Snug them screws slightly. Snug this, because now we're going to have to recenter this. Okay, so that's the next part of this, providing my battery don't die. Okay, before we shut this, you're going to want to snug this pivot all the way up. I mean, pretty tight. There, where it's pretty much not going no more. Next, you're going to need a sheet of paper. You're going to need something to wedge. You're going to need something to wedge the blade across. Now, this centering trick, it works sometimes. It's about 50-50, but it's been working for me. I'm just going to stick with it. So take this piece of paper, fold it a lot, because what you're going to want to do is slide it down in here, and it's going to push your blade. It's going to wedge it to one side if you fold it enough. It's got to wedge. You don't want it to touch the opposite side. You don't want your blade to touch, but you've got to wedge this pretty good. Then back this off a few turns. Slide this up a little bit. Slide your blade up. Okay. Now, as you can kind of see, apparently what this is supposed to do is hold the blade sort of in place while you back things off. Oh, horse shit. Check your screws. Okay, now let's check. Oh, look at that. Let me pause this. Barely any. Whoops. Let me just move that out of the way. Gone. No sticky lock. And your blade is close to center. As you move this a little bit, you can come back in, slightly add the tension to it, but there you go. That's how you do it. That's how I do it. Hope you enjoyed it. I tried to make it happen as quick as I could, and thanks a lot for viewing. Come back. Maybe I'll have something new.